Can you hear this? Right when I was going to start this podcast, this noise started. And I thought, well, now you're going to have to wait. But you know what? I'm not going to wait. You want to know why? So cue the music. I only have 3 things to unbox today, so I'm going to put up with this noise, and I'm going to apologize. I'm not even going to apologize to you because this neighborhood, I live with this garbage every day. So, by the way, I have completely misplaced Mr. Scissors, so I have no idea where he is. So I'm going to use. You may remember this. It's my little pirate bottle opener, and I'm going to use it instead. Even though it's really bad at this, so maybe I won't use it. I'll just mark Ruffalo it open. This is a book. Oh, John bought a book. And of course, once I show it to you, you'd be like, yeah, that's a John book. It's The Roots of Civilization. And it's, of course, it's a large book. It's like a coffee table book, except, it's not really pretty enough to be a coffee table book. But it's just, it's got a lot of illustrations in it. Now, the problem, of course, is... that wasn't an illustration, that was a photograph. The problem, of course, is that this is an old book, so a lot of this information is going to be outdated. But I wanted something that would give me that I would have a lot of information in one place. Actually, when did this book come out? How out of date is this stuff going to be? Because it might not be. One thing that's kind of remarkable to me about this is that the photographs are all in 72. So, yeah, but I read Alexander Marshak, that's the guy, had said some interesting things about certain markings, some Stone Age markings that he thought represented an early form of writing, and I'm like, I have to know exactly what he said. I don't want to just get little bits and pieces that I can get from quotes on the internet. I need to have the full thing. So I got that, and I'm going to go through, find that section, and read it thoroughly, and then the real weird thing is, I wish there was a sort of reverse index. Because what I thought was, I would really like to know, peace. I would really like to have something that you could do that would, it was like a reverse index, where you could say, okay, I've got this book, what other books comment on these sections of the book? Which, you'd have to read that book's index, which if you'd found the book, that would defeat the purpose of needing a reverse index. I wish there was maybe some online, there needs to be something of just, it would be nice if book publishers would publish the indices of nonfiction books, so that you could just do a search and say, I want every book that mentions this book, I want to buy that book too. It would probably help. But I found that they typically treat the indexes, they don't even put them in previews. It's like they think that it's something that nobody's going to want to look at when they're previewing a book. But to me, that connects pieces of information together in a way that could inspire me to buy stuff. As if I needed more inspiration, because I buy stuff all the time anyway. Thank you, Mr. Pirate. And see, now I'm adding more characters. My little leads. Oh, looky here. This is going to be fun. Hey, you know what, though? At least the styrofoam is a fun color. I don't think I've ever seen pink styrofoam before. And, of course, there's a box within a box. This is going to be... Okay, so I'm going to have to talk a little while I slowly pull this out. and try my damnedest not to get styrofoam all over the place. Or you know what I might do? I might grab another box from my recycling pile and dump styrofoam into it. But back to the purchasing thing. I've been buying a lot of stuff. By the way, actually, I'll show this later. And I've been thinking, about slowing down the purchasing of books until I actually read the ones that I've already purchased. And there's a free library in my neighborhood, in the neighborhood I currently live in. And I've actually been thinking of some particularly interesting books that I think that would have more appeal to people in general. Repurchasing those books and leaving them in the free library so that people can learn some stuff and enjoy some stuff, maybe some fiction books too, some books that I think are worthwhile fiction. Wow, they really pack this in good. I'm glad because this is something that needed to be protected, but at the same time, I'm a little annoyed at the sheer volume of, I don't want to say anything bad. They did a good job. They're trying to make sure that I get the thing that I got without it being broken, so I'm not going to complain about the styrofoam. It is what it is. Okay, now both of these boxes go back into the recycling pile, but carefully. This, if you've been watching, you know that this is the last one though, I promise. I don't know why I'm promising you, like you care. I'm not going to buy any more of these mermaid statues until I know how large my future bathroom is. Although I looked at a place this weekend and I finally decided that the bathrooms were too small, and not because I'm trying to, see? She just sits looking up. I don't know what she's looking at. I kind of feel like when I place her, I have to put something there for her to be looking at. She's going to look like a lunatic, just kind of staring up into the sky. But if I can't fit them all in, I'll just rotate them out. And that leads me to my next package, which has come to me all the way from, I don't know if you can read the writing on here. There's from Greece. Oh yeah, see, Greece. And what this is, it goes into a bunch of little things that I have. You know how you have Christmas decorations, you have little figurines of Santa and snowmen, and I also have things for Thanksgiving. And Halloween. Of course, everyone has Halloween stuff, and I like to have little things so that I can change things out seasonally. I even have a lot of statues of like Hindu gods for when those holidays come around, and there's not any other holidays for me that really lend themselves to decoration. Because I just like holidays, and I like everybody's holidays, and so I wanted to have some stuff that I could rotate in and out. And one particular deity, this one is very well packed. Kudos, ironically, to the Greeks for packing a good package. I mean, you know what? If the Trojan horse had been packed this well, the soldiers would never have gotten out of it. So I got this was the best version of this I could have. This is that I could find. This is the Minoan snake goddess. This is sort of a replica of her. Actually, I'm not going to take it out of the box. And as you can see, she's holding snakes. There was an actual statue found, and this is sort of modeled on that. This isn't exactly the same, but it's close enough. And so I'm going to find a way to rotate her in and out of my decor. I don't know what holiday she would correspond to, but I will figure something out. But that is a period in history that I've always been fascinated about. And I seem to be fascinated by things that are in this in-between period. People are all into Rome, and I like what happened before, or that when the Greeks, and this is like pre-Greek, And I always seem to be interested in the before time. Everybody's into the Civil War, and I like the stuff that happened before that. So that was my unboxing for today. When I get moved in, I'm probably going to do a lot of videos that are specifically about showing you how I decorate the house differently for different seasons, and you'll be able to see my my winter snow village, my spring stuff, which I have some specific spring decorations, my Independence Day stuff. It just goes. I'd like to have, and I haven't gotten there yet, but I'd like to have it so that every month, at the end of the month, I take a bunch of stuff down and put a bunch of new stuff up. And at the end of the year, when you've got like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, that's easy to do. For the rest of the year, it's a little bit more difficult, but I want to fill it in so that there's something going on, something different. Anyway, not a big topic today, a little all over the place. But if you like this sort of thing, or if you like, look at the other things. There's some more. I don't always just open boxes. Check out some other episodes and like the ones you like, share the ones that you like, and subscribe for more Thoughts of Leith.